Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader. It's Tuesday, October 13th. These are the charts of the day. We're going to talk today about several stocks that are currently portfolio positions, as well as several Chinese ideas. But let's start out with Sinovac Biotech, which we added back into the portfolio today. And here's why. As you can see, the stock had this a big move this year, taking it from around $1 in early March to 12.5, spiking up in late August. Now, since then, it's been a slow drifting type channel down with much lower volume. Right here, coming to a low volume ebb. That was last week, very narrow 2-day range here. Notice that since then, it's perked up. On Friday, jumped, backed off yesterday, and came on again today. The high today at 857 was right at this high here. The next resistance high is around 915, which I expect may be tested in the next day or two, maybe even tomorrow. And then if that's taken out, run at the secondary resistance around 10.5 in that range, it would be a possibility, and I'd be looking for that. Let's take a look at it on a 15-minute chart, and you'll see what it looks like. Quite interesting is the base that was built, the pop-up, the flag, and then the breakout that got right up to resistance and backed off. But the back off was rather muted, and it's more of a flag type intraday multi-hour flag, looking good, and I think that has a chance to extend. IGC portfolio position, also on a 15-minute chart here, came out of the big coil, tested it, broke out, and then pulled back to the moving average. But look at the underlying technicals, looking quite good. On the daily chart, this is what it looks like. As you can see, this triangular pattern was broken yesterday, bit of a fall through today. Volume has been good on both days, and we're going to need a price volume surge past 223 to get this up towards the 250 area, my next trading target. But beyond that, the top of the channel measures, as you can see, upwards of 4+, and that's my shorter term swing trade type goal once it gets going. Moving along, SPRD continues to look quite promising. This is a semiconductor stock that should do well based on Intel's earnings. And tomorrow, currently trading up about 40-50 cents in the aftermarket. So I expect some good things from that over the next couple of days. And with any luck, a move towards the top of the channel at 7 may be doable short term. Portfolio position CYTK Biotech. I wanted to point this out, although I did show you over the weekend. Look at the coil or pennant that's developed here. Getting very quiet and very narrow. I expect that the stock will, once it moves out over the 5.25 range, it'll do a quick test of this mini double top up around 5.5, and then beyond that, there's some price resistance around 570. But I think the stock could get explosive like it did in this range here. With any luck, that's a $6-7 stock. $7 stock, right? Quick look at ASTC. We had this big price volume surge. We pulled back, held the gap. Big volumes come into the stock in the last 4 days on the upside. 3 of the last 4 days anyway. The stock is back up to retest the high. Look at this pattern. Base, breakout, 4-month coil, price volume breakout, and a pullback that held not only the gap, but the moving average as well, and continue higher. A move over the 415 area could get us to 5.5 range. Now some Chinese plays. An old favorite of mine, China Automotive System, CAAS. As you can see, base broke out and pulled back. It's formed a nice parallel channel. Top of that channel measures upwards of 14, trading at 1060. The breakout occurred 2 days ago. This mini flag is developed here with a low volume, and it looks like if it breaks out of this, we could see a run towards, as I said, towards that 14-15 zone. HRBN Harbin, also quite an interesting pattern in a long uptrend, but came down in July, August, bounced back up, flagged, and then exploded through it. Now we've got a 5-6 day flag in here on low volume, and that one leads me to believe we are going higher. I have a target in the high 20s on this one, so could be an interesting one to keep an eye on. China CAAS Education, symbol CAAS, also in a nice uptrend. Also came down in July and August, pulled back up, and finally broke out this week. This one looks like it wants to move higher if it gets volume, and I could see something in the 10-11 range short term. Another semiconductor stock is Ultra Clean Holdings, UCTT. It broke out of a kind of a wedge, big volume 2 days ago, and it's been flagging here. So I'm looking for a quick move to 8.5 3/4 range, which would be a 2-point trade. And lastly is HEAT, Heat, which has got just a phenomenal fundamental picture going on, and technically it's starting to has rising bottoms. It's in a channel, but it's consolidating in this range on lower volume, with technicals holding up very well. I suspect we could break to the upside and move into the mid-teens on this one for maybe 4 or 5 point trade on it. There's quite a few ideas for you, and we'll see how it goes tomorrow and the rest of the week.